The world didn't expect this. It wasn't a reporter, it wasn't a fan, it was Donald Trump himself. Standing behind the podium at a packed rally, Trump suddenly paused mid-sentence, adjusted his mic, and said, "You know what show I can't stand? That sister wives thing. End it. End this mess right now." The crowd went wild. Some laughed, others were stunned, but for fans of the show, it was like a grenade had just gone off inside the Brown family's world. For years, Kody Brown had been untouchable, the self-proclaimed patriarch, the man who turned polygamy into primetime entertainment. TLC backed him, producers shaped his story, and the fans either loved or hated him, but they watched. Now, for the first time, someone powerful enough to make headlines bigger than Kody's ego had called him out. And not just anyone, the former president of the United States. Within minutes, Trump's words went viral. Clips of the rally flooded TikTok, Instagram, and X. Donald Trump destroys Kody Brown on live TV. That was the headline. Millions of views in under an hour. News anchors replayed the moment on a loop, analyzing every smirk and every pause. Back in Flagstaff, Arizona, Kody was watching. Sources close to the Brown family say he froze when he heard Trump's name. He thought it was a joke until he heard the words. "End this sister wives mess." For a man obsessed with image, it was the ultimate humiliation. He had fought for years to keep the Brown name relevant, defending himself against his ex-wives, against the press, against fans who saw through his act. But this time, the attack came from someone he couldn't out-talk, couldn't ignore, and couldn't control. Robyn, sitting beside him, reportedly gasped. Her hand went to her mouth as if the air had been sucked out of the room. According to one insider, Kody turned off the TV, stood in silence for several seconds, and then muttered, "He doesn't know what he's talking about." But even he knew the damage was done. Because within hours, hashtags started trending worldwide. Hashtag Trump vs. Kody, hashtag End Sister Wives, and hashtag Kody cancelled. The internet was eating it up. Memes flooded every platform, Trump at a podium with a speech bubble reading, "You're fired, Kody." Clips of Kody's angry outbursts from old TLC episodes were cut together with Trump soundbites for comedic effect. And for the first time in years, Sister Wives was back on top of the charts, but not for the reasons TLC wanted. Behind the scenes, the network panicked. Executives at TLC reportedly held an emergency call within hours of the viral clip. The concern wasn't about Trump, it was about exposure. Because rumors had already been swirling that TLC executives were hiding behind NDAs and settlement deals connected to the Brown family's ongoing financial drama. The last thing they needed was Trump dragging the show into the political spotlight. But the damage control came too late. Within 24 hours, news outlets were digging deeper, linking Trump's comments to earlier reports of missing funds, secret accounts, and suspicious land transfers involving Kody and Robyn. The timing was too perfect to ignore. Had Trump heard something behind closed doors? Did someone leak insider information to him before his outburst? No one knew for sure. But one thing was clear, he had just pulled back the curtain on the Browns' carefully protected empire. And fans were not letting it go. Reddit threads exploded overnight with theories. One user wrote, "Trump doesn't just say random stuff like this. Someone told him something." Another commented, "If the president says it's a mess, it's probably worse than we think." For years, viewers had joked about Kody's crumbling control and Robyn's quiet dominance, but now it wasn't funny anymore. It was real. The cracks were showing, and Trump's 5-second statement had lit a fire that TLC could no longer put out. By sunrise, even Kody's former wives were being bombarded by reporters. Christine refused to comment, but smiled when asked. Janelle posted a vague quote on Instagram. "Truth doesn't need defending. It just needs time." And Mary, usually silent, liked a tweet that simply said, "Trump was right." That's when everyone realized the walls were closing in. What began as a casual insult from a political rally had now become an international headline. And as the media storm grew, even the White House press team was asked for comment. They laughed it off, but the damage to the Sister Wives brand was irreversible. Kody's phone wouldn't stop ringing. Reporters, producers, sponsors, all demanding answers. But the one call that terrified him most came from TLC itself. The network wanted a meeting. Immediately, they said. Because when Trump speaks, the world listens. And now, the world wasn't laughing with Kody anymore, they were laughing at him. Kody didn't sleep that night. He sat alone in his Flagstaff living room, the TV off, the silence so thick it felt like punishment. Robyn had gone upstairs hours earlier, her eyes swollen from crying, but Kody just sat there, jaw tight, leg bouncing, mind spinning. The man who built an empire out of family and faith was watching it collapse in real time. By sunrise, every major outlet had picked up the story. CNN ran the headline, "Donald Trump calls out TLC's sister wives, end this mess." Fox News ran a split-screen debate, half defending Trump's freedom of speech, the other half asking why a former president was talking about a polygamist family in Arizona. Twitter, or X, as it's now called, was chaos. Clips of Trump's rant were remixed with sister wives scenes, auto-tuned into songs, and even turned into political memes. But the real shock came mid-morning when Trump's official spokesperson released a statement. It read, "President Trump believes American television should reflect strong families, not chaos disguised as love. The situation with sister wives represents what happens when values collapse." That line hit harder than anyone expected. Values collapse. It wasn't just entertainment anymore. Trump had turned the sister wives scandal into a cultural talking point. And for Kody, that meant his entire life, the show, his reputation, his family, was now a national debate. Robyn tried to calm him down. "Kody, ignore it," she said softly. "This will blow over." But he couldn't. For someone obsessed with control, being humiliated publicly by one of the most powerful men in the world was a nightmare. By noon, TLC held a crisis meeting. Emails flew back and forth with subject lines like urgent PR strategy, Trump comment fallout and brand image containment. Executives were furious. They had tolerated Kody's arrogance, his temper, his family's disintegration, because it brought ratings. But now? Now, he was a liability. Behind closed doors, an internal email leaked to several media outlets. It read, "We can no longer protect the Brown family narrative. The financial inconsistencies and off-screen issues must be addressed before the next season's release." Financial inconsistencies. That phrase sent fans spiraling. Was there something more behind Trump's comments? Had he seen something the public hadn't? And then, bam. A Reddit post surfaced from a user claiming to be a former TLC crew member. It said that during season 19's production, network auditors had uncovered discrepancies in the Coyote Pass property files, millions of dollars in assets that didn't line up with what Kody reported on camera. It was the same rumor that had circulated quietly for months but was always dismissed. Until now. Trump's timing suddenly looked less like coincidence and more like exposure. Christine, who'd been silent since the controversy erupted, finally broke her silence with a TikTok that instantly went viral. She didn't name anyone, but her words were clear. Sometimes the truth comes from unexpected places. And when it does, don't look away. The video hit 1 million views in under an hour. Fans flooded the comments. "She's talking about Trump. She knew about the money all along. She's finally free." Meanwhile, Mary posted a single word on Instagram, "Karma." By evening, news crews were outside the Brown family's Arizona home. Helicopters hovered above Coyote Pass. Local reporters described it as a media siege. Inside, Robyn was in tears. She begged Kody to stay quiet, to not respond. But Kody was furious. "This is defamation," he shouted. He stormed into his home office and opened his laptop. Within minutes, he was live on social media. His voice was sharp, desperate. "I don't care who says what," he barked into the camera. "Trump doesn't know my family. He doesn't know the truth. This is a witch hunt." The live stream lasted 9 minutes. 9 minutes that made everything worse. His anger, his tone, it wasn't calm, it wasn't strategic. It was pure meltdown. Within hours, news outlets titled it, "Kody Brown implodes on live stream after Trump comments." The backlash was immediate. Thousands of comments flooded in. "This man needs help. He's proving Trump right. Now we know why everyone left him." Robyn deactivated her social media. TLC's PR team went silent. And the Brown family's image, the one they'd fought to keep alive for over a decade, crumbled overnight. But what no one knew was that this was only the beginning. Because the same day Kody's meltdown went viral, an anonymous source sent a massive data leak to several online journalists. Inside the files were names, account transfers, and one document marked confidential, Kody Holdings LLC. A company that, on paper, linked both Kody and Robyn to a hidden $2 million property deal. Trump's comments weren't random. They were the spark before the explosion. And what came next would make everything the fans had seen before look small in comparison. By sunrise the next morning, the internet had completely flipped. What started as a viral soundbite had turned into a full-blown media investigation. The leak was real, hundreds of pages of court filings, property records, and private correspondence, all tied to Kody and Robyn's mysterious company, Kody Holdings LLC. That name alone told the story, Kody and Robyn. It was supposed to be their new beginning, a clean business front separate from the show. But what the documents revealed was far darker. Wire transfers, unreported income, and a $2 million property transaction hidden during the peak of their public financial struggles. News outlets wasted no time. Headlines exploded across YouTube, Reddit, and national media. The $2 million secret that Trump was talking about. Kody Brown's hidden accounts exposed. Robyn's name appears in court files linked to secret holdings. And then, as if to pour gasoline on the fire, Donald Trump responded again. At another rally the same week, he was asked about the sister wives controversy. His answer was short, but it hit like a bullet. He said, "You see what happens when you live a lie on TV? It all comes out eventually." That one sentence sent the fandom into meltdown. Every YouTube commentator, every tabloid, every TikTok gossip channel, all replayed the clip non-stop. Trump had just doubled down. And this time, Kody had nowhere to hide. Inside the Brown household, chaos ruled. Robyn begged him to stay silent, to let lawyers handle it. But Kody couldn't take it anymore. He grabbed his phone, turned on his camera, and recorded a second live stream, one that would go down in sister wives history. His face looked pale, his voice cracked. "I'm being attacked," he said. "This is all lies, I've done nothing wrong. Robyn and I have built everything with honesty." But his voice trembled. It wasn't confidence anymore, it was fear. And fans noticed. The comments under the stream were merciless. "He's lying again." It confirmed everything. The money. The cover-up. The lie. Kody's empire was gone. The man who once bragged about being the spiritual head of 4 wives was now a trending meme. From patriarch to parody, one headline read. And through it all, Trump never mentioned him again. He didn't need to. His one sentence had already destroyed the illusion. He had said, "End this sister wives mess," and now, it was ending. Christine posted a simple message to her followers the next day. "Peace always follows truth." Janelle reposted it with a single emoji, a sunrise. The symbolism was clear, they'd moved on. As for Kody and Robyn, insiders claim they've been advised to stay silent until the legal review is complete. Their accounts are frozen, filming is halted, and TLC is reportedly considering canceling the next season entirely. And that's where we are now. A family built on faith, fractured by fame, and finally exposed by the truth. All because one man, a former president, couldn't stay quiet at a rally. But maybe that's the irony. For years, sister wives tried to show America what plural love could look like. Instead, it showed us what unchecked power and ego can do when the cameras stop rolling. The Browns thought they could control their story forever. But the truth has a way of finding its way to the surface. Sometimes through leaked files, sometimes through ex-wives. And sometimes through the most unexpected voice of all. Donald Trump didn't just end a reality show that night. He ended an illusion. And now, the world is watching as the empire Kody built crumbles, not with a whisper, but with a single, unforgettable line. End this sister wives mess now.